There's a new day dawning in Nassau County. For much of the past 5 years, we were reminded all too often of the old proverb, "It's always darkest before the dawn." But we knew that the dawn would eventually come. In 2007, hundreds of Nassau County citizens engaged in our Vision 2032 process. They told us they wanted to see new jobs created right here at home. Jobs that would reduce commute times and provide jobs for future generations. Later, they helped us write a new 20-year comprehensive plan with a framework that defines and protects our urban areas, our coastal areas, and our rural areas. The comprehensive plan pulls together one team of business and governmental leaders coordinated by the Nassau County Economic Development Board. NCEDB has worked with county government to write a new ordinance that reduces time and red tape associated with project planning and permitting. And NCEDB is working with Nassau's 3 municipal governments to harmonize economic development efforts across the county. New job creation will be focused on strategic target industry clusters. The skies are brightening. Nassau County's unemployment has dropped from a high of 12.2% in January of 2011 to 7.2% in April. And our labor force has grown by nearly 2,600 workers since the recession started. But challenges persist. More than 2,600 Nassau Countyans are still looking for work. We have 37,000 people in our labor force, but only 17,000 jobs in Nassau County. That means that 20,000 people have to commute to jobs outside of the county. And economist Henry Fishkind has observed that 51% of Nassau County's general fund budget comes from residential property taxes, a much higher percentage than our neighbors. Fishkind says that an economy that relies too heavily on residential property taxes isn't sustainable. It eventually collapses because it costs more to provide services to residential property owners than they will pay in property taxes. But taxes generated by developments like office, industrial, and retail projects are nearly 3 times the amount of residential revenue. Those projects also generate new jobs, and new jobs will help us correct our jobs-to-housing imbalance. That's what Nassau Tomorrow is designed to do: build businesses and create jobs. Focusing on Nassau County's 6 job opportunity areas, Nassau Tomorrow will create 2,500 new direct primary jobs in 6 industrial sectors. Many of those new jobs will pay nearly 125% of the current average annual wage in Nassau County. And those jobs will stimulate another 1,300 indirect jobs for a total of 3,800 new jobs in 5 years. Those 3,800 jobs are expected to generate nearly $114 million in new annual payroll and nearly $63 million in new annual consumer spending in Nassau County. Nassau Tomorrow will generate more than $145 million in new capital investment in real estate, construction, and equipment, providing more than $2 million in new property taxes and over $300,000 in new sales taxes each year. Nassau Tomorrow will help our economy grow, provide good-paying jobs for ourselves and our children, and help keep our taxes low. Yes, a new day is dawning in Nassau County.
I'm Mike Bell. I'm the Director of External Affairs for Rayonier, but I'm also proud to serve as the campaign co-chair for our Nassau Tomorrow campaign. We've assembled a group of distinguished leaders to serve with me on the campaign executive committee, and I'd like to introduce them to you now. My co-chair is Jim Mayo, recently retired administrator of Baptist Nassau Hospital. Tim Digby, Managing Director of the Omni Amelia Island Plantation Resort. Bobby Ferreira, President and Managing Broker of Century 21 John T. Ferreira and Sons. Jimmy L. Higginbotham, Retired County Commissioner and Community Leader. Michael Stokes, owner of Tim Prep Incorporated. and Chip Townsend, President and CEO of First Coast Community Bank. The video you've just seen shows what the purpose of the Nassau Tomorrow campaign is all about. It's to create jobs right here in Nassau County that will help us correct our huge jobs to housing imbalance, expand our economic base, and keep our taxes low. Our goal? To raise $2 million over the next 5 years to help us achieve specific, measurable goals in 5 areas: business recruitment and marketing, business retention and workforce development, government affairs, communications and public relations, and investor relations. We're going to focus on creating jobs in what we call our 6 job opportunity areas, where we can take advantage of existing infrastructure and resources, as you can see on the map up there. Looking at the map and starting with Amelia Island, you'll see our first 2 job opportunity areas, the city of Fernandina Beach and South Amelia Island. Moving inland, the large area east of I-95 is what we call the East Nassau Community Planning Area. Moving further west along U.S. Highway 1 and 301 is our 4th job opportunity area, the Callahan-Hilliard Corridor. Southwest of Callahan, you'll find the Crawford Diamond Industrial Park. And finally, along the small stretch of I-10 in Nassau County, you'll find the ICI Industrial Area. Each of these 6 locations offers a unique set of characteristics that will offer a wide range of job creation opportunities, including global logistics, advanced manufacturing, financial and professional services, and leisure and hospitality. Our 5-year strategic plan will allow us to aggressively get our message out to companies in our target industries, to key corporate real estate executives and site selection consultants. We'll be able to provide more effective assistance to existing businesses that will allow them to sell more of their products and services to customers outside of Nassau County. And we'll work with our educational institutions to be sure that those young men and women entering our labor force have the right set of skills to help companies be successful in the global marketplace. We recognize that to be truly successful in executing our plan, we need to form a very strong public-private partnership between our local elected leaders and our business community. We need to be sure that our citizens are informed about our progress and our results in achieving these specific goals and objectives of the strategic plan. And we want to be sure that the financial investors in our campaign have a seat at the table that will allow us to tap into their knowledge and creative ideas.
This is not about us and our jobs. It's not even about our grown children and their jobs. It's about the future. And nothing has ever been accomplished that's meaningful 50 and 100 years down the road unless it was accomplished by people who were interested more in that than the next monthly income statement. We have to have that vision for Nassau County. We wouldn't have an Amelia Island plantation if somebody didn't have that vision. We wouldn't have a Rayonier plant. We would not have a Rock 10. And I have to say, we wouldn't have a Baptist Medical Center Nassau and all the things that it has here. People have to have vision for the future. We have a vision. And I want you to look at the cards. This is a takeaway. And it calls into attention the things that you have seen already about the impact of this program. But we have a plan, and we're developing measurable goals in 5 strategic areas. You see this on the top of the back of your card. Business recruitment and marketing is a hugely competitive arena. And we can only compete in that arena if we do it in a focused way, in a way that is professional and financed. And we're also looking at business retention and workforce development. You know, it takes less money to keep jobs than it does to create jobs. We recognize that. Workforce development, we appreciate what the Nassau County School Board has done. Y'all have been in the leadership in this area. Don Hughes with the Jacksonville State College all the things that have happened here. We have so many resources available to us that we can put into this vision. And government affairs, we're blessed with our county commissioners and our city governments here to have people who honestly care, not just about being elected in the next term, but of accomplishing things for our community and making us a better place to live. We have one thing we have not done so well, and it's the fourth thing on here, and that is communications and public relations. You know, there's so many people out there who have no idea what the Economic Development Board does and why it does it and why it's so important. We're going to improve that, again, with the budget and the finances that we're trying to put together. And finally, investor relations. If you become an investor with us, and many of you already are, you're going to have 2 opportunities annually to meet like this and to talk about what we've done. We're talking about what we're planning to do now. Now we're going to talk about what we've done, what's been accomplished, and we expect you as our investors to know about what we're doing and also to keep us honest and accountable about what we're doing. So we've created committees and areas for all of these focus sections, and we want you to be involved in that. So you can become on one of these committees. You can be active in monitoring and developing that strategy, and we want you to do that. This is not just about funds and money. It's about an involved and active community with a vision for its future. So I want you to take this card, and when you get back to your office or your home or wherever you're going from here, I want you to either call the Economic Development Office or email the Economic Development Office and set up a personal meeting with a representative of our team to talk about this project and what we're doing. You are here this morning because you are people who are critically important to this community. And your vision and your dedication and your passion is going to have to mirror that you've seen this morning if we're going to be successful. Thank you for coming. You could have been in a lot of places this morning. This is a bright future for Nassau's tomorrow. Thank you.